Hi guys, I'm Miranda Coggins and I'm here with Ebby Magazine today. I'm so excited to be with you guys and tell you a little bit about my story. So a couple of weeks ago, somebody said, your story's not important. And that's anything but the truth for me because of all the trials and all the tribulations and all of the hard work that almost 20 years in the beauty industry has taught me is that every step of the way is a story. So I'm going to kind of start from the beginning because I want you to know the whole thing. I had chronically chapped lips. I was 30 when I had my beautiful baby girl. Started using lanolin on my lips and they were healed for the first time in 30 years. So I had been in the car business very successfully for 10 years and I was at lunch with a girlfriend of mine and I said, look, I've got the $1 million idea. And she's like, well, what is it? And I said, it's lip balm, but lanolin for your lips. So I left that lunch. I went straight to Whole Foods. I bought every natural product I possibly could. And I started putting a lip balm together in my kitchen. My husband came home and he's like, oh my God, it's the only time the stove's ever been turned on. So of course I started with 2 little lip balms. We used to say tingle or no tingle. One was dreamsicle and one was wintergreen. And we started selling at trade shows and farmers markets and stuff like that. And of course everybody said I was crazy. I remember taking 20 little lip balms to all my friends at an Applebee's, believe it or not, for a birthday. And they're like, you're crazy. This is never going to work. Well, guess what? It did. So fast forward a couple of years, we decided to put that same great formula, which was jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, and vitamin E. And by the way, I couldn't find a lab because obviously I didn't know what I was doing, right? Finally found a guy in Florida that believed in my story and was able to help me formulate it to make sure that it was stable because I didn't know anything about any of that. But we took that same formula, we decided to put some color in it. It had this really awesome tube with an LED light and a mirror, and it just blew up. You got to remember, this is before social media. I wish I had done better. I've been so busy. I really don't have a personal social media deal. And I ran into somebody the other day. I'm like, hey, do you have any pictures of when we were filling lip gloss in my basement? We were filling 10,000 lip glosses once a week in my basement. We had bar people, stay-at-home moms, anybody that was willing to show up for $10 an hour cash, pizza at noon and beer at 4. And guess what? I mean, that's how we started, right? I mean, my basement was covered in mica and it was for quite some time. So fast forward a couple of years and my husband was laid off in 2008 from the mortgage industry. I was very creative, but my business sense, and I don't have a lot of patience for really extensive long contracts and stuff. So we were able to use his business expertise and he started working on getting us some big contracts with some of the largest distributors for the salon and spa industry in the United States. At that time, we kind of rebranded a couple times. So I do want to talk to you guys about the importance of branding. Because at first we started with little lip balms, and then I realized I wanted to be more than a lip balm company or a lip gloss company. So we rebranded in 2011 under Pure Cosmetics. So at that time, we were doing a lot of fun, trendy in and out products with a lot of these big distributors and really having a great time with it, right? So I applied to Shark Tank, we got approved, but unfortunately their taping had an issue with one of our big trade shows, so we couldn't make it. So I started searching. I just thought if I could be on a reality TV show, then that's gonna make me, right? So I applied for another reality TV show and we were approved within like 3 weeks. They called us. It was an hour-long TV show. They had said they were going to do a growth episode on our company because we were doing pretty well, right? We weren't failing, but we were still mixing lip gloss. I'd put my little coat on, lab coat on every day. I go, time to go make the lip gloss. So anyways, they came in and said, rather than being a growth episode, that we had lost our way, that my lip balm should have been our core product, and had me create a whole nother brand called Pure Lano. Well, the show finished taping in June. It aired in July. Obviously, I could not have product in time for the airing, so that was devastating. Not to mention that I am a perfectionist, so trying to rush a product to market was not something that I wanted to do. And because we had been in the beauty space, that all natural, clean, organic thing was not a real thing, or a real big thing, back in 2015. So the check was not real. We had already invested all of this product into Pure Lano. And then we got into a lawsuit with someone that also wanted the name Pure Cosmetics. So at that time, my husband and I just finished redoing a house because we moved downtown to get into our new office space. I was no longer making lip gloss. And he says to me, we're sitting in bed one night, he goes, "Hey, I think I'm going to buy Mirabella Beauty." And Mirabella was this wonderful name in the industry. They had done this amazing job with licensed professionals. They were clean before clean was a thing. They were gluten-free, paraben-free, talc-free, originally started by a makeup artist in 2002. And I just loved their overall clean branding that they had. So I'm not a big sleeper. I got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I started Googling and I started looking. And by the time Lane got up, I'm like, I think I can do something with this. So we purchased Mirabella in 2017. And in the time, it was going through a whole rebrand. So we didn't want to rebrand it. We just like followed along with the branding, but it was, cursive and a lot of hearts and a lot of X's and O's, maybe something I would not have originally gone with. But it was a full line. And during that lawsuit time, our sales kind of gone down. It was a hard time for us. So we redid all of the packaging. We redid all of the products. We got our pricing where we thought it should be and really started servicing the salon professionals directly so that we could support them. We started a marketing support website. Anything that we could do to support that licensed professional, we were doing. So fast forward a couple of years, and we then were going into the largest distributor for cosmetics in the US, and finally landed. It was December. It was a year late, not because of us, but because they were building some special displays for it. And then COVID hit in March, and all of our testers in 1,500 stores got pulled down overnight. So everything was in this beautiful red box packaging, but nobody could see what color foundation was in there, or nobody could see what color pencil was in there. So we really pivoted. At that time, JCPenney's had Sephora in there, and they decided that they wanted to do this brand new beauty concept where they concentrated on smaller family-owned and operated companies. They really wanted to focus on inclusivity, and we did a test market and then found out we were going into all 610 stores. So about 2 years ago, I was under the thing that I had to make 24 shades of foundation, 24 concealers, 14 powders, 2 new eyeshadows, and 3 face trios. And we really wanted to make sure that we met the Whole Foods clean beauty. And we really had, up until that point, maybe an ingredient here or there, but moving forward with this total new rebrand, we came up with really beautiful packaging, all of these inclusive colors. We really wanted to appeal to everybody. And this time I put the color of everything on top of the box. So if anything were to happen in the future, guess what? You're going to know what color that box is. So I think I might have gone over time on what we do, but I wanted to show you my beautiful picture behind me. One of the ways that I kind of release some of my stress from the day is I go up to my studio and I paint, and every single painting in my office has been done by me. I started doing flow art, which is pretty easy. And then I started doing the geode art, and it's just a way to release all of that tension that gets built up over business, not to mention working with my husband. So I love working with him, but sometimes that can be challenging as well. And I also took up golf, not so great. I'm coming into my 50s. I started playing 3 years ago, and I'm really happy if I hit a 60, and that's not on 18 holes, that's on 9. So anyways, there's going to be trials and tribulations. And when people say you can't do it, you can. And it was before the internet. Guess what? You figure things out. My goal at the end of all of this is to be able to help other young entrepreneurs, and know that sometimes when your knees are scuffed and you're crying and you think it is the end, it could be the beginning of something amazing and something great. So with that being said, I just wanted the opportunity to say thank you to Ebby Magazine. Keep your head up. We're so excited about all of our new line expansions and shade expansions. They mean the world to us. We're excited about where we're going. We're now attracting a younger market. And so just thank you. And I hope everybody has a wonderful week.